Welcome back, YouTube, to another soccer slash football prediction. It's your boy Freddy Da Silva. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe so you won't miss any of your future soccer predictions. All right. Today's prediction video will be for Saturday, March 15th, and I got the Premier League. I have a 5-game slate. I'll talk about the teams. I'll let you know if there's any injuries. I'll talk about the total, and I'll give you my predictions. So let's get straight to it. Um, First on the list, we have Everton going against West Ham. And as far as injuries, Everton have 2 injured players, 1 questionable. West Ham, 3 injured players and 2 questionable. Everton are at home. And as far as these two teams going at it, the last 5 head-to-head, Everton have only been able to beat them once in the last 5. So this was back in 2022. So it was a couple years ago. Actually, no, I apologize. Everton have beat them twice. Once in 22 and then another one in 2023. So, but last year they went head to head twice and West Ham won one of them and the other one was a tie. So, the most recent was a tie. The last 5 games from Everton, they only got 1 win, 4 draws. So, yeah, this is gonna be a good game. Because I think Everton could win this one, but they haven't played all that great lately. Um, West Ham with 2 wins and 3 L's in their last 5 games. The total sitting at 2, and it has only gone over 2 once in their last 5 head to head. So, I don't know how I feel about this too. I want to say under, but this could go over 2. Let's see, the last 3 games from Everton, they were only able to score once. Well, they've scored every game. Every game. They've scored at least once. Their total sitting at 1.5 for the team. As far as them covering this 1.5, they've only done it 3 times. So, but the 2 most recent games, they did not cover this 1.5. They were only able to score once. So, I do feel that they will score in this game. I just don't know if they'll make 2. As far as West Ham, they're sitting at 0.5, and they've been able to cover this 0.5 3 out of 5, 3 out of their last most recent 5. So most recent though versus Newcastle, they did not cover that 0.5. So let's see how I feel about this 2 right here. Let's see, Everton at home. The 2 most recent games Everton played at home, they covered this 1.5, so they were able to score 2. And in the last 5 head-to-head, they scored at least 1 at home. So this could go over 2. I don't know why I feel like this could go over 2. So I'm going to put over 2, or probably West Ham just to score a goal. I feel like they could score a goal in this one. Everton do allow a goal per game. So the last 5 most recent games from Everton, every single game they allowed a goal. So I'm going to put, I think probably that's the best bet here for West Ham just to score a goal. And as far as a win here, I'm going to say Everton, just because they're at home, they got that advantage. But this seems more like a tie than a win here. But as far as points, give me West Ham just to score a goal. All right, on to the next. Apologize. On to the next game. I have IPS versus Nottingham. IPS are at home, but they got 5 injured players and 1 questionable. Nottingham only 2 injured players. the last 5 games from IPS, Town, not one win. So they got 4 L's and 1 draw. I'm gonna say Nottingham on this one. Yeah, I'm gonna say Nottingham on this one. They were able to cover last time when they went against Manchester City. So um, the most recent game between these two teams was for the English FA Cup, and it was a draw, but Nottingham ended up winning in penalties. So yeah, I'm gonna have to say Nottingham to win this one. As far as the total points, it's sitting at 2.5. 2.5. They've been only able to cover this once. Yeah, they only covered this once, and this was back in 2018. So the most recent game they had, they did not cover this 2.5. It went under. So I'm gonna say under 2.5. I think that's probably the best bet here. I I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think Town will score a goal. Their team total sitting at point 0.5, but I'm not gonna do under point 0.5 because that's way too risky. They've covered this 0.54 out of the last 5 games, even though they didn't win, but they were able to cover that. So, and as far as Nottingham, they're sitting at 1.5, but they haven't been able to cover this. Uh, their 3 most recent games, they've only been able to cover this once in their last 5 games. So, and going against IPS, they've only covered this twice, but this was literally back in 2018. So after that, the 3 games, they did not cover this 1.5. So this is going to be a risky one, but I feel like if Nottingham do score 2, this won't go over 2.5. So I'm going to do under 2.5. And as far as a win, give me Nottingham on this one. Okay, on to the next game. We have Manchester City versus Brighton. This is going to be an interesting game because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna put Brighton again. I'm gonna put the opposite of Manchester City, and probably Manchester City. They're probably gonna be favored just because they are at home. I didn't check that fully, but I mean they're at home, right? And they could win this one, but Brighton haven't taken an L in their last 5 games. So if Brighton have not taken an L in their last 5 games, I mean, not saying that they won't, but apparently they're that good. So give me Brighton to win. And as far as injuries, Manchester City with 6 injured players, Brighton same thing, 6 injured players. Um, but either way, I feel like Brighton is the way to go in this one. The last 5 head-to-head in this one, Brighton have only been able to beat them once, and this was their most recent game, even though this was back in November 9, 2024. But in that game, Brighton was able to beat Manchester City. So, and as far as the ties, they've only done a tie once. So, I really doubt this one was going to be a tie. The last 5 games from Manchester City, they got 2 wins and 3 L's. The most recent was an L. Um, as far as the total points sitting at 3, it has gone over only not once, no, twice. It has gone over twice. So most recent it did not. It was at 2. It was at 3, but it did not go over. So yeah, I don't see this going over 3. I'm gonna do under 3. I feel like this could be a 2-1, but I don't think it'll go over 2-1 or over 3. So I'm gonna do under, or the total points under 3. And as far as the win, give me Brighton. Okay, on to the next game. I have Southampton versus Wolverhampton. Southampton are at home. They got four injured players, one questionable. Wolverhampton, three injured players, one player with a red card. As far as the total points sitting at 2.5, the last five head to head between these two teams, um, as far as it going over 2.5, it has gone over twice. Most recent, it did not, but it has gone twice out of the five games. So, will this go over? Highly doubt it. But this could be a 3-0 Wolverhampton. I don't know. I feel like Wolverhampton in this one seems like they are the better team here. Um, the last five head to head, basically Wolverhampton have won every single one of them. So one thing you can guarantee is that they won't be a tie in this one. So give me Wolverhampton to win this one. And as far as the 2.5, I want to say over. I don't know why I feel like this could go over. Let's see. The last five games from Southampton, not one win, not one draw, nothing but L's. So five L's. And as far as them scoring they go, because their total is sitting at 0.5, they've only been able to cover this twice in their last five or the last five games from Southampton. So yeah, they've only covered this twice. So, but again, I wouldn't put under zero point 0.5 because anything could happen and then you're screwed on that one. But as far as Wolverhampton, they're sitting at 1.5. Southampton do allow goals every game. So at least one, right? But that 1.5 is risky, but I do feel like this could happen. The last five head to head, they've covered this 3 out of 5. So between these two teams going at it, Wolverhampton have covered this 1.5 or over this 1.5 3 out of 5. So I'm going to say over 1.5. I think that's probably the best outcome here for this prediction. Over 1.5 for Wolverhampton. And as far as a win, give me Wolverhampton to win this one. Okay, on to the next game. And the last game, too. Guys, put it down on the comments. Let me know what you got. What do you think is your prediction it's going to be for these games? And if there's a game that you guys want me to predict, put it down in the comments and I'll get it for you. So, all right, let's get to it. Bournemouth versus Brentford. Bournemouth are at home. They got four injured players, one player with a red card. Brentford, six injured players. The last five games from Bournemouth, they got 2 wins, 2 L's, and one draw. As far as Brentford, they got 2 wins, 2 L's, and one draw. So they're literally got the same scoring. In the table, Bournemouth are up higher. They got 44 points. Brentford only 38 points. So, um, I don't know how I feel about. I don't know how I feel about this game. I want to say a tie, but let's see. The last five head to head. As far as a tie, they've done this twice. The most recent game from these two, Brentford did win, but they were at home. And actually, Brentford won the two most recent games between these two. But this was last year, so as far as this year, they have not gone head to head this year. Wow, it seems like Bournemouth have not been able to beat this team in the last five head to head. So Brentford have won 3 out of their last 5, and the other 2 were ties. So yeah. Nonetheless, I'm gonna say Bournemouth to win this one because they are at home. They got that advantage, but this could be a tie. Actually, I don't even know if I'm gonna bet this one just because of that. Um, but it's but as far as that 3.5, the total sitting at 3.5, it has gone over two out of their last five, and the most recent it did go over. As far as the last five games from Bournemouth, they've covered at least a goal. Now their total sitting at 1.5 for their team. As far as them covering that 2.5, they've been able to cover this two out of their last five. Most recent, they did cover. Most recent was March 9, 2025. They were able to cover that 1.5. But as far as Brentford has a good defense, it seems like. Yeah. Seems like they have a pretty good defense where they don't allow that many goals. But as far as them allowing this 1.5, they've only allowed this once in their last five games. So it's going to be tough for them to cover this 1.5. But I'm going to say under 3.5. I really feel like this could be under. I feel like this could be a 2-1 game. Uh, as far as a win, not sure. Even if it's a tie, I feel like this could be a 1-1. But yeah, this is going to be a tough game. Okay, so it seems like the best bet here would be for Brentford to score over 1.5. It seems like they've covered this four out of their last five head to head. So yeah, I think that's probably the best bet here, or under 3.5. But I guess you can do either or, right? Stats do say Brentford to go over 1.5, and they've covered this 4 to 5. So they could score two or even three, and then this could be 3-0. But Bournemouth have covered at least a goal in their three most recent games. So yeah, this was going to be a tough one. I don't know what I apologize. I'm trying to figure out what's the best bet here for you guys, but I mean everything leads to Brentford over 1.5. So I don't know if I'll have the cojones to pull the trigger on this one, just because it's too sweating. But I don't know. I just feel like the best bet here would be under 3.5 total points. So, and as far as a win, give me a tie here, tie or burn them out. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Hope the information I gave you was good enough for you guys to make a win, make some money, and most of all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So, um, like I said, put down your predictions. Let me know who you think is gonna win or what do you got. And win or lose, I'll give you guys a shout out in the next video. So, yeah, all right, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.